Coming up this morning on Autoshow TV, accessorizing your new Ram pickup with help from Elmwood. Also, we visit Sakuchi Honda to get our first look at the all-new 2018 Accord. Plus, buy or lease your next Hyundai. We get answers at Pride Hyundai. All that and more next on Autoshow TV.
It's Autoshow TV.
We've talked many times about Ram pickups, all the accessories, all the different ways and configurations you can get your Ram 1500. Dennis, let's go through some of them now because there's so many possibilities.
There's a ton of possibilities, John. You're 100% right. And by now we all know that Ram offers a light-duty truck, a heavy-duty truck. We know that Ram offers 5 different engines, a couple different transmissions, accessories and amenities that are normally found in high-end luxury vehicles: forward collision warning, adaptive cruise control, lane departure assist. Again, things that are normally found in high-end luxury cars, but accessorizing them and picking out the different grills and rims and side steps, different color options, that's the fun part.
I was going to say, that's the fun stuff. So let's start with the front of the vehicle.
Okay, so on the front of the vehicle, and this happens to be a Ram 2500, but it's the same on all the different models. You can get so many different grill options. You can get a chrome grill, you can get a black grill, and you can get a wire mesh, honeycomb, several different grill options. You can get chrome bumpers, you can get painted bumpers, you can get them with or without tow hooks, you can get them with or without parking sensors.
Now we've got a 1500 here and one right here behind me, and we have 2 different sets of headlights.
On the Sport model, you have LED headlights, and on the SLT Bighorn model, you have standard quad halogen headlights.
And we also have 2 different hoods.
We do. Again, that's a Sport model, but that Sport hood is available on all trim levels because a lot of people like the look of it. So you can go with the standard hood or the sporty look of the Sport hood. John, as we move down the side of the Ram, let's talk about the different accessories that you can get as far as exterior. The rims make a vehicle, and Ram offers several different rim options as far as color and size. You can get a 17-inch rim, a 20-inch rim, and a 22-inch rim on the RT. You can get matte black, gloss black, chrome, brushed aluminum. There's even a steel wheel on the base truck. Again, several different options. Mud flaps. We can accessorize each vehicle with mud flaps either after the fact or from the factory. Side steps. Again, another simple accessory, but we offer them in black, brushed aluminum, painted the same color to match the body of the truck, and chrome as well. And another unique thing is you can get wheel-to-wheel side steps or cab length side steps. These side steps are cab length side steps, and you'll notice on the other truck they extend out to the wheel.
All the way to here?
All the way to the wheel to wheel. That way, if you were loading or unloading from the side of the truck, rather than opening the bed and climbing in, you can simply step on the step and have access to the back of the bed.
Now, let's talk about the Ram box. This one doesn't have it, but Ram box, I'm sure, is a very popular item.
Very popular item with your weekend warrior truck drivers and your guys who need these trucks for work because they're lockable. There are drain plugs in the bottom of them. There are LED courtesy lamps on the inside, and they lock not only with the key on the side of the bed itself, but from your key fob as well. So you could be 30 feet away from the truck and lock or unlock your Ram box.
Now, why would you need a drain plug? I wonder.
Soda, of course, John.
Oh, soda, right. Ice.
Ice, that's right, that's right.
Even in the back, Dennis, a lot of possibilities, a lot of choices for people putting their trucks together.
There are, John. Starting with the rear window, that's a power sliding rear window. So you can get that rear window either fixed or power sliding. And even with the power sliding option, there's a defrost option that you can get on the rear window, which, not too many trucks come with that option. Spray-in bed liner is optional, or a drop-in bed liner. Rear view camera mount or lens is located here. It's located up high and it's pointed down to give you a full view of what you're backing up against, and it's purposely pointed down towards the tow hitch so you can see what you're backing up against to line up. Now, whether it has the receiver or not, every Ram comes standard with the electrical tow package, which gives you a 4-pin or a 7-pin built right into the bumper. Simple Ram badge head on the back, or you can get the rear tailgate that has the Ram lettering on the back. So again, gives you the option there. And another cool feature on the Ram is this retractable step up. So simply flip that down, and whether the tailgate is down or up, you step right in, grab whatever you need, step on the rear bumper, jump in. So again, lots of possibilities. Thank you, John. Another cool feature on the Ram is LED aimable bed lighting. And with the simple push of a button, you can turn those lights on and off. And that also turns on your cab lights. So your reverse lights are now cab lights, illuminating whatever job you have to do, even if it's after hours. And John, another cool feature with all Rams equipped with the Ram box is the factory bed extender. And it simply clips into the side here and gives you about another 2 or 3 feet in bed length, because with the Ram box you do lose a little bit of width.
Right.
So Ram offers you that extra length to make up for it. And with all Ram boxes, you have a track rack system, which these tie downs slide from the front to the back of the Ram, giving you more options as far as loading and tying down.
Yep. My takeaway in all this is, why would you go to an aftermarket store to get some of these accessories? It's all right here with Ram.
You don't need to, John, exactly. With all the options that are available, there's no need to look elsewhere. And at Elmwood, we have one of the largest selections of trucks in New England. And we're the truck experts. So I encourage anybody who might be interested in a new truck to come down, sit with one of our experts, and let our experts spec it out with you and for you.
Yeah, you really do build it on paper, don't you?
You do. There's so many, there's thousands of ways to configure these trucks. And again, we try to have the best selection available. If for some reason we don't have the truck that you're looking for in stock, we can certainly locate it for you.
Coming up, we look at the all-new 2018 Honda Accord. You're watching Autoshow TV.
The official auto loan provider of Autoshow TV is Navigant Credit Union for all your new, used, and classic car and truck financing needs.
I love Navigant Credit Union.
Joan Dakotas was my mom. She was a wife, sister, mother, grandmother, teacher, philanthropist, and a lung cancer patient. My mom was able to live with her disease for 15 years before she passed away in 2011. She fought a very brave fight. And what is so sad is that she passed away from lung cancer, yet she was never a smoker. To honor my mom's memory, we created the Joan Dakotas Foundation. She is the inspiration behind our mission. Our mission is to support promising clinical trials and raise awareness for lung cancer. Our goal is to help find a cure and keep this disease at bay permanently.
The Subaru Share the Love initiative is something that Subaru started many years ago. For 2017, we've decided to partner with the Joan Dakotas Foundation. Lung cancer and lung disease affect almost every family. We're supporting the Joan Dakotas Foundation for the great work that they do with Brown University and their clinical trials that benefit so many local people who are battling lung cancer.
My mom was able to live with her disease for 15 years due to her participation in experimental clinical drug trials. The Joan Dakotas Foundation then met with members of the Brown University Oncology Research Group, otherwise known as BRUOG, and Mass General Hospital to see how we could best maximize our efforts and fund the most promising clinical trials available today. The work they do is extraordinary.
The Brown University Oncology Research Group is a nonprofit central coordinating office that performs investigator-initiated clinical trials, meaning we write and lead trials developed by the faculty of the Brown University Medical School. These are local physicians, not pharmaceutical companies or national organizations. Our goal is to provide Rhode Island residents the ability to remain in-state for their cancer treatment without compromising their access to novel cancer trials.
The Joan Dakotas Foundation was able to host several galas over the past few years and raise dollars that exceeded our expectations. Because of this, we were able to strengthen our collaboration with Rhode and fund 2 non-small cell lung cancer trials, in addition to supporting many patients currently enrolled in clinical research trials.
Lung cancer is the most common cause of cancer death, accounting for about 1 in 4 cancer deaths. Rhode has developed some of the most important treatments in lung cancer over the years. For example, the standard treatment for stage 3 lung cancer was developed by Rhode through one of our trials.
During the Share the Love event, Subaru of America and Anchor Subaru will donate $250 for every vehicle sold between November 15th and the end of the year. So you get a great vehicle while supporting local lung cancer research.
The Brown University Oncology Research Group would like to thank Anchor Subaru for partnering with the Joan Dakotas Foundation. This partnership will allow Rhode to continue to make strides in our lung cancer research.
Anchor Subaru is proud to dedicate our Share the Love initiative with the Joan Dakotas Foundation. Lung cancer is a terrible thing, but progress is being made towards research, treatment, and a cure right here in Rhode Island.
My mom would not have been able to survive for 15 years without participating in clinical research drug trials. The Joan Dakotas Foundation would like to thank Brian Benoit, everyone at Anchor Subaru, and all of their customers for helping us support the local advancement of lung cancer research.
Well, here it is, the all-new redesigned 2018 Honda Accord. And Mike, it is beautiful.
It really is. Honda did a great job. This is the 10th generation Honda Accord, and they did all but hit the reset button. I mean, when you look at this car, it really takes you to a different style that Honda's never showed us before. You know, it's got the vertical front grille, it's got sort of that fastback look to it, it's got the horseshoe taillights, the sort of futuristic LED daytime running lights and headlights. They really did a great job with it.
And what I want to say right away is the price really didn't go up.
No, it's about $100 or so from the base model all the way up to the touring model you're going to get. It's only $100 difference per, and the whole look is completely redesigned.
Not to mention a lot inside in technology. There's a lot going on here to talk about.
Absolutely, from the technology you get from just the base model to the really incredible creature comforts we're not used to seeing from Honda in the touring model. Honda really did a great job with this vehicle.
We'll start with the engines because Honda's made a couple of changes here.
Yeah, there's some major changes. What they've done differently for 2018 is they've had only a 1.5 liter turbo and a 2 liter turbo engine. This car has shed almost 200 pounds of overall weight, making it much lighter and a much faster ride. So it gets incredible horsepower and pickup. In addition, it gets great gas mileage on top of that.
Yeah, you're talking what, mid to upper 30s?
Yeah, mid to upper 30s in the 1.5 liter, and in the 2 liter, it's just about 30, so it's not too much of a drop off between.
Mike, walk us through the trim levels.
Yeah, so traditionally with Honda, the 4-cylinder engine had about 5 trims. They still kept that for this year. So we start off with the LX, then we move to the Sport, the EX, the EXL, and the Touring model. When we shift over to the 2 liter turbo, they give you a Sport model, which is really interesting because for the 2 liter Sport model, they offer a 6-speed manual transmission, which they haven't done in the V6 model in quite some time. So for those of you that are interested in a performance drive, that's going to be the car for you.
Some people still want to drive a stick.
Absolutely, especially when you get that kind of a pickup and horsepower. But continuing on, you get the Sport in the 2 liter, then you move up to the EX, EXL, and Touring models.
Well, we've got 2 Accords here, we've got your LX over here, we've got the Touring on this side, and if you have to really look closely to see some differences, but there are a couple.
There are a couple. When you really look closely, initially when you look at the vehicles, there isn't much that jumps out at you. But when you look closer, you'll see that the Touring has some front-mounted sensors, so when you get close to objects, it'll let you know.
Right here.
You've also got the full LED daytime running lights and headlights, which with the LX you only get the daytime running lights in the LED, but it's still a fantastic upgrade. In addition to that, you can see both vehicles have Honda Sensing equipped, which is new for this year. Honda Sensing used to only come in the higher levels previously. Now it's standard across all model lines. So John, when you start off with the LX model, some things you get this year with the 18 you didn't get last year. Keyless entry with push-button start for the LX this year, which is brand new, which is a great feature. You get 17-inch alloy wheels, And you also get a 7-inch touchscreen system, infotainment system, right standard on the entry-level model, which is just great. When you move up to the Sport, you get 19-inch alloy wheels. You get leather-wrapped steering wheel. You get a small little deck lid spoiler. When you move then to the EX, this is the first time they've offered cloth heated seats in a Honda Accords. When you move to the EXL, you get your standard leather and heated seats. In addition, you get a 450-watt stereo, which is great. Then when you go from the EXL to the Touring, this is really where you start to notice a lot of luxuries. So some of the things you notice: AC seats in addition to heated seats, so you get those cool ventilated seats. You also get heads-up display, which is new for Honda. It's not new technology, but it's new for Honda. It looks like about a 6-inch screen at the front of the hood that gives you your navigation system, gives you the speed limit of the road you're on, it gives you the gas mileage you're getting. It gives you a bunch of things that are really different than we're used to seeing. You also get wireless charging with your cell phone. You don't even have to have a case on it. You can just go ahead and put it down,
right on there,
and it's going to take off. It also has a new thing called near-field Bluetooth technology. In the past, when we've gone to sync Bluetooth for phones for people, it takes a little bit of time to do this. With Honda's new near-field technology, all you do is simply tap your cell phone against the near-field button, and it's already synced for you. And the Touring model has built-in Wi-Fi that is available to the consumer as well. Something else that's new for the 18 Accord is the Honda Link system of technology. Basically, Honda Link has always been around. It's been an application for your Android or iPhone that will kind of give you maintenance and reminders for service. What they've done with it this year is they've given all the customers that buy a brand new 18 Accord a 3-month trial. Basically what it allows you to do is from your iPhone or from your Android phone, you can remotely lock and unlock your car. You can remotely start your car from any distance. You can set a geo-fence. If you've got a young child that's taking the vehicle out for the weekend and you don't want them to leave a certain area, you can set a geo-fence. You can set speed alerts if you're worried about them speeding. In addition to that, it provides you with a 24-hour 365 concierge service at the touch of a button. So it's a really fantastic suite of technology they've brought us here that we never had before. John, let's not forget, this car's won Car and Driver's 10 Best over 25 times, and they didn't miss the mark with the new redesign. It's the 10th generation Honda Accord. It's absolutely beautiful. Come down, see it for yourself, take a test drive. If your lease is almost over or you're considering switching makes and models, please come check out the all-new Honda Accord here at Sakuchi Honda.
Coming up, buy or lease at Pride Hyundai. You're watching Auto Show TV.
I love navigating credit union.
I'm Joe Andruzzi, 3-time champion with your New England football team. Here at Cerrone's, they're kicking off the football season with their most aggressive offers. Whether you're looking for a rugged truck, a family-friendly SUV, or a head-turning sports car, Cerrone's lineup is second to none. Cerrone Chevy Buick GMC on Route 1 in South Attleboro or online at CerroneGM.com, where you are their top priority.
Should I buy or should I lease? Lisa, you and your staff have these conversations with customers every single day here at Pride Hyundai. So let's go through some frequently asked questions, buy versus lease.
Sure.
So who is typically the lease customer?
Everybody really could be a lease customer. So there's a lot of different structures and packages to leasing. And what leasing does is it affords the customer a nice lower payment than if they were to buy traditionally. So that really is enticing to customers. And a lot more customers are leasing nowadays because of it.
Let's talk about mileage. If someone drives 20,000 plus miles a year, does it still make sense to lease?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So nowadays you basically factor in at the beginning of that lease how many miles you think you drive or how many miles you typically drive. So if you normally drive 20,000 miles a year, we'll structure that lease around 20,000 miles a year.
So you're really prepaying the miles.
Yeah, exactly. So basically you set it up ahead of time. That way it avoids you having to pay the mileage charge at the end if you do happen to go over, which is always more expensive than doing it up front.
What about someone who drives way less?
That's fine too. I mean, leasing can start at 10,000 miles, and if you drive even less than that, that's okay too, because at the end of your lease, you might have some equity built up into that car because you have low miles, and that could be used to your advantage too.
What about sales tax? You're leasing, but does the customer still pay sales tax?
So sales tax is paid in a lease as well, just like it would be if you were to buy a car. The difference between buying and leasing a car is when you buy a car, you're paying sales tax on that entire vehicle, on the selling price of that whole vehicle. In a lease, you're only paying tax on the individual payments that you're making, and they're built into the lease payments, so you don't have to worry about it.
That's a good thing.
It's a great
How about
thing.
insurance?
Insurance is the same as if you were buying a car. So, you know, it's state regulated, it's mandated. You have to have full coverage insurance. So it's the same.
Is the lease customer responsible for the maintenance?
Maintenance is no different too, as if you're buying a car. So you have to do regular maintenance on a vehicle, but with a new vehicle, it's pretty minimal. Oil changes, tire rotations, stuff like that. And then if anything happens to go wrong with the car, Hyundai has one of the best warranties in the industry. So it's covered.
Right. Is the lease customer obligated to bring the car here to Pride for service?
Not obligated, but we strongly recommend it, and for a few reasons. One is that we have factory-trained Hyundai technicians that are trained on how to maintain your vehicle. You can definitely void your warranty if you don't do things like put the proper additives in the car, use the correct oil filter. And if you go to these aftermarket places, sometimes they're using generic brands that don't comply with what Hyundai requires, and it could void the warranty. So we do recommend that you come back to the dealership. And we're competitively priced, so it's really not costing the customer any more for the added value.
Right. Gap insurance.
Sure.
Is it important? Everybody's heard of it, and some people have heard the horror stories. Well,
Yes.
let's talk about gap insurance.
Gap insurance is super important. It basically is an insurance policy that protects the customer between the value of the vehicle in the case of a collision where the vehicle is a total loss. If they were to get into an accident and the car is deemed a total loss, the insurance company is going to assess what the value of that vehicle is. It's no longer new, it's a used vehicle to the insurance company.
Right.
It's got miles on it and might be a year or so old. So they're going to assess a certain value. That value could be less than what the customer owes on that loan. So there's that gap there. Normally, if a customer doesn't have gap insurance, they have to come out of pocket, that
Right.
difference. Gap insurance actually covers it, so the customer doesn't have to come out of pocket. And then the beauty with Hyundai is that Hyundai includes that free of charge to the customer with every lease.
So it's in the payment.
It's in the payment, yep. They don't have to worry about it. It's not charged to them, it's free of charge.
How about aftermarket parts and accessories that some people might do? Can you do that to a leased vehicle?
Oh, definitely. You can dress up the car any way you want. A lot of customers will put body side moldings or bug deflectors or rain guards or things like that to dress up the vehicle. You can do a lot of things to it. The things you probably can't do to it are like modifying the engine or putting turbo exhausts on the car, things like that. But other than that, you can dress it up just like you could if you were to buy a vehicle.
Lisa, what would the options be at the end of a lease term? Because there are choices.
There are choices, yeah. So the customer can just walk away at the end of the lease, which is, you know, the big beauty of leasing. The other thing you can do is sometimes people have equity in their car and they want to use it as a trade and take advantage of that equity. So you could do that. And then the last option, of course, is if you love the car and you want to keep it, you can buy it out. And the beauty with leasing is you know what that amount's going to be at the very beginning of your lease because Hyundai is going to tell you what that is.
It's all about that residual number
Yes.
at the end. And with Hyundai, it's usually a pretty good number, right?
Yes, Hyundai's cars really hold their value, so the residual factors are pretty good.
And for some people, it affords them the chance maybe to move up in trim level and get more of a vehicle.
Oh, sure, a lot of customers do that because leasing is used as a way to finance the vehicle.
Right.
So even if you plan on keeping the vehicle for a long time, what leasing does is allows you to get that lower payment. So some people use that as a financing mechanism to be able to get a higher trim level and more options on the car that they would have been able to get if they were just to do a conventional buy.
At the end of the day, it's really just a big math equation. It's math.
It is. It's math. It's simple. It's just numbers. Everyone's situation is different. You know,
Right.
they might have a trade involved, you know, depending upon how many miles they drive a year.
What trim level they
Trim
want.
level they want, exactly. So it's on an individual basis. We have to assess that for the customer and help them. So the best thing to do really is to come on into the dealership and, you know, we'll walk you through it.
Hi, welcome to Greco
Hi.
Toyota. My name is Adriana.
My name's Rebecca. I'm here to see the 2018 Toyota Camry. I heard it was completely redesigned, so I was really excited to take a look.
Absolutely. This is the 18 Camry XSE V6 Sport model.
Wow.
It's been redesigned from inside and out. 19-inch wheels. It has an 8-speed automatic transmission. It's going to save you on gas. Also has LED headlights. Has a sport mesh grille. Gives it a little bit more attitude, a little bit more stylish.
I love the look.
Yeah, it's got a great new design. For the first time ever, it's a dual panel panoramic roof. It's available on XLE and XSEs. It'll give you a great view.
That's really nice.
So another thing I wanted to show you, the back of the Camry has LED taillights. The Camry logo's been totally redesigned as well to give it a little bit more style. Has dual quad chrome tip exhausts, and in true Camry fashion, functionality. The trunk has gotten bigger than ever. Rebecca, some of the most exciting changes in the 2018 Camry are on the inside. Hop inside, let's take a look.
Okay.
What do you think?
Well, I have to say, I really like the seats. They're very comfortable. I love the leather-wrapped steering wheel, the feel of the shift knob. The whole car just has a really premium feel.
I also want to show you a couple extra buttons on here. Toyota's added Toyota Safety Sense as a standard to all the Camrys. There's lane departure alert, that's that little vehicle kind of veering out of the lane. Adaptive cruise control, and there's some extra cruise control buttons for you. So the most exciting feature that everyone's talking about is the Entune 3.0. It comes standard on all the 2018 Camrys. The first feature I want to show you is the dynamic navigation. It's accessed by this map button. It's basically the most up-to-date map, data, and routes that you can find in an integrated navigation system. The next one is the apps button. It takes you to all the additional Entune app suite items. You can link your Pandora, iHeartRadio. There's also Slacker Radio now, NPR One, Yelp, and Fuel. There's also an option to take a look at your stocks and sports. Another feature is going to be Remote Connect. You can access it from here, and it'll also be on your mobile device. It's going to allow you to unlock your doors, start the engine, or even find your vehicle in a parking lot. It's never been so easy to link your phone to a vehicle. Another Entune feature is the Service Connect. Basically, it's connecting your dealership and your vehicle that much more. You're going to get updates on maintenance, your fuel level, and mileage. It'll give you an option to read the message or call the dealership.
Wow, that's really convenient.
It is, and you'll never miss a service appointment. Another really good feature is the SOS button. It's basically Safety Connect. So if your vehicle's ever in an accident or stolen, it's going to link it by a GPS.
So if I'm unable to call for emergency assistance, the Safety Connect can do it for me?
It will. It'll pick it up by the Camry's GPS system.
That's awesome.
It's another really good safety feature. This vehicle is a hotspot. It has Wi-Fi. You can connect up to 5 devices. It's powered by Verizon.
Wow, my kids are gonna love that.
They can hook up all their tablets and play games in the back. Another thing I wanted to show you, this vehicle has 3 drive modes: Eco, Normal, and Sport. This button here, it's called brake hold. Let's say you're in bumper-to-bumper traffic. This is gonna hold the vehicle in place if you take your foot off the brake. And this is an electronic emergency brake. And then also another feature, there's a wireless charger right on here if your phone's compatible. What did you think?
Well, I have to say it wasn't what I was expecting, but I'm pleasantly surprised and I am super excited to take one home.
That's good, I'm glad to hear. We have a great selection here at Greco Toyota. It was so nice speaking with you today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This has been Autoshow TV, produced in cooperation with AutoIntelligence. Thanks to our participating dealers and sponsors. This has been Autoshow TV.